Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you. This is the second night of the Israel Film Center Festival here at JCC Manhattan. This is the fifth year of the festival, the best new Israeli cinema. There'll be many more films coming your way, starting June 8th till the 13th. So grab the brochure and grab your tickets as quickly as possible, because like tonight, the shows sell out fast. And there's great films to see, and sometimes you could only see them here. Tonight's film you could see elsewhere because it's opening in theaters. It's going to be opening in theaters first weekend in June. So please help spread the word so Israeli films can do as well as possible in the box office, and then they'll bring in more Israeli films. Avi Nesher, who's the director of tonight's film, has actually an interesting history because he studied here in America, and actually, I would say, from the Israeli directors, probably makes the most American-style films. And his films are huge hits in Israel, starting from back in the day when he made Halakha, The Troop, which was actually a little bit of a hit here in America, too. I remember seeing that in, like, summer camp. It was the only movie they had. They would show it every summer. And then about 10 years ago, he made Turn Left at the End of the World, which was a game changer for the Israeli industry. Suddenly, Israelis were going to see movies in the box office, in the cinema, seeing Israeli movies there, not just seeing like the new Bruce Willis movie or whatever was coming out that summer. And it really changed the Israeli industry. That movie never had a theatrical release here in America. Nor did many of his other films that were huge successes in the Israeli box office. But this one has a great distributor here in America, and it's going to have a theatrical release and hopefully a long life. I want to introduce, we're very honored to have her tonight, one of the producers of the film, David Milch, to say a few words. David is a doctor, just in case anybody needs. You'll be here afterwards to answer any questions about the movie, but is also a great supporter of the arts. So I'm going to hand things over to David.
Thank you so much, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac, and thank you, the JCC of Manhattan. We're really blessed in this city to have the JCC and the wonderful work that they do, and they've been so supportive of our film. And you're right, Avi Nesher really is a treasure for Israeli film, and I'll be saying a little bit about him in a moment. But I want to talk a little bit about some of the historical background, just briefly, about Past Life, which is a story about our family. In 1939, Hitler and Stalin made a pact, the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, which divided Europe into Western and Eastern zones. Hitler having the western part, and of course Stalin having the east. Hitler wanting to have Drang nach Osten, a push to the east, to have Lebensraum, to have living room. And Stalin wanting to have the breadbasket of Europe. And this has been written about in great detail by people like Timothy Snyder, who's written a brilliant book about this, Bloodlands. And the impact that it has for tonight and for this film is there was a gray zone between the western and the eastern parts, especially after Hitler decided in 1941 to invade Russia, and that changed everything. And for the Jews, of course, it led to an acceleration of the Holocaust. And if you were in the western part, you were deported to the camps, and you died in Birkenau and Auschwitz, and we know tragically all about that. And if you were far enough east, you tried to be liberated by the Red Army. And if you were caught between these meat grinders in the gray zone in the middle, there wasn't much that you could do but try to survive. Our family came from Galicia, southeastern Poland. And the dividing line was basically right along the areas where my parents grew up and the entire family that they were related to. And this film is about our family. As with many Jewish families that survived the Holocaust, there was a diaspora, and our family went to many parts of the earth, to Australia, to Argentina, to Scandinavia, to Canada, and to the United States, and of course to Israel. And the family that's depicted in the film and our family in New York are particularly close. And the lead character in the film is my cousin, Ella Milch. And Ella has been giving introductions to the film in Israel for the last 4 months. This film has broken box office records there. It's been the leading film. And it's really, we believe, something that It's a story that needed to be told, and if Ella was here, she'd say the following to you very briefly. You're about to watch Avi Nesher's film Past Life, inspired by my personal story, by my sister, my father, Dr. Baruch Milch, and my mother, Lucia. My name is Ella, Milch from home, Sharif from my marriage to Noam Sharif, my partner for 34 years. I was born and raised in Haifa to parents who came from there. From an early age, I remember my absolute refusal to speak the languages spoken by my parents, Polish and Yiddish, mostly Polish. During childhood, 8 years were an eternity. My sister, the theater critic, lecturer, and journalist, Dr. Shosh Avigal, was 8 years older than me. When I was born, she was 8 years old. When I was 10, she had already left home. When I tell people around me that Avi Nesher's new film tells the story of my family, there are those who ask, so, what's so special about your family story, if we may ask? My answer is, first of all, that in my opinion, almost everyone has a fascinating and interesting story, whether his own or his family. So, anyway, how does it come to be a film, and even made by a master like Avi Nesher? Here comes the personal initiative, the irresistible urge, the knowledge that this story must be told, and, I have to add, luck. After watching the film, many ask, so, what is real and what is not? Well, I'm not going to tell you the story here, because you'll see in a short while that there's no point in telling it as it is. But I'll tell you the background to the story of the film, and I can assure you that the essence of what's being told in this film is true. That the main stories told in this film, as difficult as they may sound, are real. Avi Nesher wrote a script for the film. This is not a documentary film and does not pretend to be, but, as noted, the essence is real for me, and this is the main thing. There are others who tell me it takes a lot of courage to tell this story, to expose so much. I might have needed courage. I do not know, but I was certain that this story must be told, and that I was also fulfilling my father's clear wish, and I might add, my parents' clear wish as well. So with that, thank you all for coming. Avi Nesher's Past Life.
Just a few quick more things, and then we'll jump right into the film. First of all, I want to thank all of our partners and supporters that have been a part of this festival. Check them all out on our website, but to highlight a few, of course, IAC, which is a major partner here in New York. Thank you, IAC. And the Israeli consulate. I see the cultural attaché is with us tonight, Aviad Ivri. Thank you, Aviad, for being here. And I'm also going to highlight tonight Yisrotel, if you caught their ad before. Best hotels in Israel, no question. So enjoy Israel through Yisrotel. You could use that. There's much more going on, of course, till the next set of films. But we have tomorrow night a screening of Soon by You, which is a web series. We're premiering the 4th episode. It's the Upper West Side version of Srugim, for those who are familiar. It's about the Orthodox dating scene on the Upper West Side. And then we're also screening here on Shavuot as part of the Tikkun. We're showing Wrestling Jerusalem, the movie version. So if you're up late that night, come join us for that. And for all the other great films that are coming up, please silence your cell phones. Keep them in your pocket for the next hour and 50 minutes. Really enjoy. I think this is one of the best produced Israeli films in many years. You will notice that immediately, that Israel's production quality in the last 10 years has just reached such an international level. You'll hardly be able to recognize it. It's really a film that takes you through time and takes you on a real journey. So enjoy, and we'll see you right afterwards for a Q&A.